Roma on the occasion of the presentation of the project Italea, promoted by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we are very happy. My name is Giovanni De Vita, I'm the responsible of the project. I'm very happy to be here today. We participated in Tony 2004 in Colgate Street. We are amazed of being here and to meet so many Canadians with Italian origins. We are going to start our event, and may I invite Mr. David Rocco, which is a TV producer and a famous international chef, to come here to the stage. He will be very honored because he has accepted our invitation to be our master of the ceremony. Please, Mr. Rocco.
I love this Italian style here. It's fantastic. Good evening, everyone. Buonasera. And to all the fathers out there, we appreciate you coming. Happy Father's Day. And to all, absolutely. And also to all the fathers and the people who act like fathers, who don't have kids, but really give that, that guidance to a lot of the children. Big shout out to them as well. So thank you, everyone, for coming on this Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Toronto. So, let's start. Become my dad, I think I need glasses. 2024 has officially been designated as the Year of Italian Roots in the world. A year dedicated to welcoming Italian descendants back to their ancestral land. Tonight we are celebrating Italea, the program that promotes roots tourism. Launched by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation for the period of 2022 through to 2025. The Italea project aims to attract Italians abroad and Italian descendants interested in discovering the places and traditions of their origins, providing a range of services to facilitate travel to Italy thanks to the organizations of 20 groups, one in each Italian region, that will inform, welcome, and assist route travelers. Il 2024 è stato ufficialmente designato come anno delle radici italiane nel mondo. I think we can do a big round of applause. Come on, dai, ragazzi. Un anno dedicato al ritorno dei discendenti italiani nelle loro terre di origine. Questa sera celebriamo Italea, il programma di promozione del turismo delle radici lanciato dal Ministro degli Affari Esteri e della Cooperazione Internazionale per il periodo di 2022 fino al 2025. Il progetto Italea mira ad attirare gli italiani all'estero e i discendenti italiani interessati a scoprire i luoghi e le tradizioni delle loro origini. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm going off script. I'm way more interesting. Va bene? They gave me six pages here, and they said, "Oh, dai, 6 pages." I'm gonna say, okay. Then 10 minutes ago, they said, "Okay, via, fai come te pare." Okay, so I'm gonna talk about what I do. Okay, script away, 6 pages, and here we go. For those that don't know, I do a little TV show. It's aired globally around the world on National Geographic and here in Canada on TLN Latino. To date, we've done 200 episodes, 150 in Italy, and the remaining 50 about Italian culture or Italians all'estero. So we've been having the great fortune and the incredible honor to showcase Italy in its full glory. And throughout the years, we've been able to work with the Italian tourism offices, both in Rome and here in Toronto with Mr. Salvatore, who now has become a very dear friend. And when we first started in Salvatore, 1999, with a little show called Avventura, Salvatore would fax all the little agenzia, APT, l'Agenzia Promozione Turistica, quello di Viterbo, the one from Palermo, the one from, because Florence, Rome, Napoli, Milano, Venezia. Ma chi è questo David Rocco? No, non conosciamo, and forget it. So we did a show and we went specifically to all the little paesi, all the little places, and it was about tapping into an authentic Italy, an Italy that was not really seen in the big centers. Fast forward 150 episodes later, we continue to do, for the most part, a show that represented a Italy that I think was verace, an Italy that was heartfelt, an Italy that all of us kids from Italian parents could be proud of. And for me, it was an incredible outlet to travel the world, because suddenly this Italian-Canadian, or sorry, this Napolo-Canadese from Toronto was getting invites to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, India, South Africa, Ethiopia, as well as Cambodia and Vietnam. So Italy has really been an incredible blessing for me, not only because I'm a diehard Italian and I think my blood is Italian blue, but it really opened so many doors for me on a professional level. Why Italea is so important to me is because it really taps into what Italy should be, what Italy wants to be, what Italy could be. Unfortunately, with mass tourism, which everyone is now, especially after COVID, running to travel, Italy in the big centers has lost a little bit of that Italianità, let's say. Now, of course, it's beautiful walking through Florence. It's an outdoor museum. Rome is perhaps one of the most beautiful cities. Napoli, let's not even talk. I smile and my heart just opens. But what happens when you walk through these cities, you're inundated with so many tourists. You're inundated with the schiacciata and the selfie and the mass tourism, where the local Italian now says, I'm gonna go and rent my Airbnb. And of course, it just continues. So what this program does is it encourages a lot of people to say, there's another Italy that we haven't seen. It's the paese. It's to go to the small little paese that, you can go sit with the nun in the piazza. You can go do that 5 p.m. struscio after your aperitivo. I mean, you do a struscio in Florence, but you're trying to, excuse me, but this is the real struscio, along the Lungomare and all the rest of it. The Italy that we all know is there. So for me, this is an incredible project I'm so proud to be part of. I'm proud to be launching it with the minister and all the dignitaries this evening. And I'll just say one last thing. I was just in Italy 4 weeks ago. I went to Rome, Naples, Florence with a colleague of mine. And we spent 2 days in Florence and we had un'ansia. We said, we got to get out of here. We went to Rome, peggio. We went to Napoli, it was pretty good, but we said, no, not that. So we went to a small little town, San Gregorio Magno, right? And a friend of mine sent me there with another friend. And we ended up going, and here's a little town outside Salerno, and you had the little piazza, you had the food, you had the wine, you had all those romantic notions that we all remember. And one of my favorite dishes that they showed me was I padane cunzate. I padane, boiled potatoes, a little bit of oil, garlic, and these, the peppers that hang, all crushed up. And the old lady would still have, panada. And up the palazzo. And so to me that was Italy, and when I was offered this opportunity to speak, I thought, you know what, absolutely, it's something I really believe in. So I encourage everyone to go to Italea.com for more information and spread the word, because for us, first generation, second generation that goes back to these smaller towns, not only are we introducing this to our kids, but we're also infusing the economy there. So the kids that live in these small towns that are 18, 22, they don't have to leave and go to Milano. They don't have to leave to go to Toronto. They can stay and they can continue being the barista, the pizzaiolo, the taxi driver, and all the rest of it. So this is such an important economic and cultural program that we all should be supporting. Thank you. Guys, I kept this short because they had 18 pages for me, eh? Guarda. What's that? Yeah, no, we're skipping it. Now, I'm going to introduce some of the dignitaries here this evening. Yeah. Drum roll, please. First, I would like to introduce to the podium dear friend, il Console Generale dell'Italia a Toronto, Luca Zaioli.
How to contain a celebrity chef? Yes, I did it. Yeah. I don't know how to contain him, but I will try to be a more institutional guy. Ma prima di tutto, signori e signori, buona festa del papà, buona festa canadese del papà a tutti i padri che sono presenti. Welcome, now I switch to English, to the Italea Gala reception celebrating the year, as it was just said, of the Italian roots in the world, together with, this is very Canadian, the Italian Heritage Month here in Canada. Italea is a special program launched by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. And I have to say I'm very grateful to my ministry for having selecting among so many possibilities Toronto for these events. I also want to thank exactly for that our Director General for Italians Abroad and Migratory Policies, Luigi Vignani, and the head of the Italea project, Giovanni Maria De Vita. And all those from Italy who have collaborated, the Italian regions, thank you for being with us, the organizer of the Tiramisu World Cup, the Pizzaioli School Award, so many that I cannot remember everyone, but thank you for being with us today and yesterday. Indeed, the gala ideally closes the incredible set of activities that the project has brought to one of the most iconic and traditional events here in Little Italy, the Chin Picnic Taste of Italy. And I want to thank Lenny Lombardi for the partnership that he established with us and with my ministry. As I often say in my speeches, Italy does care about the special cultural bond with our diaspora in Canada. Especially the most numerous one here in Ontario, and I think that this project and this event, the 2 days event, is really a demonstration of that care. And my colleagues from Rome will talk, I think, more in detail about Italea. I just want to stress how the 2024 Italian Heritage Month is going to be one of the most memorable, I think. We are just mid-June and look where we stand, and so many other incredible events will be soon populating this month, including the opening of the Italian Contemporary Film Festival and the Frecce Tricolori coming at the end of the month. I conclude by highlighting how honored I am to see so many Canadian, Italian personalities among us tonight. There are many federal member of parliament, provincial member of parliament, Senator Barone is among us, we have Tony Cucuzzo from Ciba, Aldo Di Felice, Joe Volpe. So thank you for being with us. It's really important to have you and it's very encouraging. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Next, I'd like to invite il Direttore Generale per gli Italiani all'estero del Ministero degli Esteri, Luigi Vignali.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. I won't get rid of my papers as the Rocco did, but I promise to be shorter. First of all, I would also like to greet all the Canadian authorities for being here tonight. Thank you very much. And I would like to thank our host, Nicky Donato, and Radio Cine President Lenny Lombardi for making this possible. Thank you very much. Really. Thank you to our Consul General, Luca Zedioli, Salvatore Basile from Enit, Assessor Salvatore Nicole, and all the delegates from Basilicata, Lazio, Molise, who came here just for this celebration of the Italian heritage and this evening. Cristiano De Fiorentis and the Italian Contemporary Film Festival, Francesco Redi from Tiramisu Academy, came also here for the celebration, Paolo Padovita from Scuola Pizzaioli, Stefano Pasquazzi from the Olive Oil Academy, and our Master of Ceremonies, David Rocco, of course, for being here tonight. And I want to thank the all Italea team, the section, and the Italian Minister of Foreign Affairs, our national and regional coordinators and the regional groups for making this possible and for giving an enormous help for organizing all this. Thank you very much. Now, and thank you for clapping. This is very important. Italea, as you know, I hope that you now know what Italea is our way to pay homage to the legacy Italian Canadians have built over almost 2 centuries. We want to honor our immigrants' achievements by inviting you to embrace your Italian roots and discover the place of origin of your ancestors. I'm referring to the villages, the small villages and rural areas at the center of the Italian immigration. More than 90% of immigrants come from these small villages that offer authentic experiences, a full immersion in the Italian way of life, and a plethora of excellent products. Many of you have heard touching stories about the town and the community your grandparents grew up in. Italea aims to bring those memories to life. To this end, we have developed specific services for roots travelers. Genealogic research, guided tours, immersive experiences, traditional festivals. All those are among the many activities awaiting you in Italy. Useful information about the project is available on our digital platform, italea.com, and I invite you to visit the website, italea.com, and get a glimpse of what you can find in Italy. Italea comes with our benefit program, Italea Card. You can find Italea Card as well on the website and the italea.com. The program features hundreds of discounts and special treatments provided by hundreds of partners, and there will be also a special discount from Ita Airways for all Italian and people of Italian origin going to Italy. This is something we are going to sign in a few weeks' time. And I hope this evening will mark the beginning of a new chapter in our relationship, based on the mutual advantages that come with stronger, closer ties. With Italea, we want to show everything Italy can provide, not only to tourists, but also for those who wish to stay longer and replenish their roots in Italy. A journey not only for memories, not only for your eyes, but especially for your heart. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, everyone. Guys, can all the guys in the back. Hi, it's me, it's just me. If I can ask, we either have silence or, you know what, no problem. If you need to speak, just go outside. There's just some people we'd like to make sure that they're heard, and we're being respectful this evening. So if we can ask everyone who remains to be silent, and those that want to talk, no problem, just you can wander outside to the bar. Thank you. Ooh, I feel like I'm in class right now. Siamo italiani qui, eh? Va bene, now I'd like to introduce Mr. Anthony Rhoda, MP of Ottawa.
Thank you, Rocco, and it's a pleasure to be here this evening. Buonasera, è un piacere essere qui con voi stasera. I guess you might say for the roots that Alice travel, you know what, one thing I learned when I was speaker, I need your help. If you can hear my voice, please say shh. It works. It works.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
If you can hear my voice, please say shh. Perfect. It's a very simple trick, but I developed it when I was chair of the National Caucus for the Liberals in Ottawa. But I guess, as I was saying, the way things started for me is Giovanni contacted me at one point and asked me if I would be the first. So I'm here tonight as the guinea pig for this program, the Radici Italiane. I had no problem saying yes. I mean, it sounded like a great opportunity. My grandfather first came to Canada in 1903. He went to Northern Ontario and settled in North Bay, and he worked on the railway. Eventually, what happened in 1924, the family started a bakery, City Bakery, Aunt May's, and it grew to be one of the bigger bakeries in Northern Ontario. And eventually in 71, my father sold it, and it was sold and bought, and eventually it got bought by a Mexican group called Bimbo, which is probably the biggest bakery in North America, if not the world. In any case, they shut it down. This year would have been the 100th anniversary of the bakery. But we're very proud of that in the family, and we look to it. But we're very proud of our roots. My mother came over in 1960. My father went back, met her, and well, I'm the result of their meeting. So when I had the opportunity to go back, I thought, what a wonderful opportunity to know what my roots were. And I had been back to Cosenza, but not the small towns where my grandfather was from on my father's side. The town was Pietrafitta and Pedaggi, very small towns up in the mountains, but I got to go there and see what my roots were. And that's something that I think is very important to each and every one of us, because if we know our past, we can plan our future so much better, and it gives us such a more solid ground and foundation to build on. And that's what I got to do. In going there, the greetings were amazing. And the greetings that we had were with the mayors, with the councillors, with the regents from the area, but more importantly from the people from the small towns. I saw family I hadn't seen in 30 years the last time I was in Cosenza, but I also met many new family members in Pedaggi and Pietrafitta from where my grandfather was from and my grandmother were from. And that's something that I think is very important to all of us, knowing we have family and being able to reconnect. When we reconnect, we not only reconnect with family, but others. And as Canadians, you know, one of the things I say about Canada is that we bring the best that the world has to offer in one place. We call that Canada. And that's what makes Canada such a beautiful, wonderful country. So as we're here as Italian Canadians. As Italian Canadians, we are an important part of the fabric that makes up the Canadian culture. The strengths that we bring to the Canadian culture are all very important, and what we do is we help build this country. And that's something that we all have to recognize. But don't let the history stop here, and don't stop thinking about it, Because one of the things you can do as Italian Canadians is return back, and what a great deal. You've got special deals on flights. You've got great people working with government who will help you. I know Giovanni and his team have been amazing. The team that they have put in place has been amazing. They put everyone on this, so if ever I needed something, ever you need something, you have a resource that will help you push through and meet your family and others in the area who might be in the same field as you. One of the things that I found was, I came from a university background as well, where I was with Nipissing University. I had connections there, hooked them up with university in Cosenza, which was important. Businesses, getting that exchange between businesses so that things can go back and forth. The scientific community, and whatever community you're with, whether it's cultural, business, or private interests, you know what? If you take people from different places in the world and bring them together in one place, 2 + 2 does not equal 4. It grows exponentially because everybody brings something new to this meeting, and you can get accomplished so much more. And that's something that I encourage each and every one of you to do. To go, take the trip, see who you can meet, and make connections. Making those connections helps build Italy, and it helps build Canada. And I know each and every one of you are very proud to be Canadian. It's something that is bred in us, but we're also proud of our roots. So to each and every one of you, I invite you to take advantage of the program. È qualcosa che è molto importante, non solo per l'Italia, però anche per i canadesi, perché insieme possiamo lavorare e costruire un futuro che tutti saranno l'invidio del mondo tra Canada e l'Italia. Allora per tutti voi vi ringrazio di essere qui stasera. Grazie. Thank you to all of you, and a special thanks to Giovanni for having organized everything. Have a wonderful evening, and I'm sure wherever little town you come from or your history is in Italy, you will be amazed by it. By the way, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk too long. There was one museum we went to in Masida in Italy, okay? And if you go there, it gives you a history of all the immigrants, not the immigrants, the emigrants from that region, of which my grandfather was one of them. They came here because they were full of energy, they had a vision, they had a hope for the future, and they knew Canada could give it to them. So it's your duty to go back, create those relationships, those connections, and help build Canada and Italy. Molte grazie, mille grazie a tutti. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, we'd like to invite Mr. Marco Mendicino, MP.
Buonasera a tutti, come si va? You guys are good? Anybody been down to the Taste of Italy? Anybody watched the Azzurri yesterday? They gave us a bit of a scare. They came back, they won. I want to say first and foremost, thank you, David, for hosting. You've inspired many delicious meals in my house, many carbs too. I'm making up for it now with lots of runs. I also want to say a huge thank you to Nick DiDonato and to the whole team here at Casa Loma. Give them an applause for them. There are too many distinguished parliamentarians here from all parties to point out. Some of them are speaking tonight, but I just want to say on behalf of everybody who is of Italian descent, it is truly a privilege to represent our community, the Italian community, at every level of government. Nothing makes me more proud than to be able to work on behalf of this community. Nothing. And for those of you who don't know, the most recent addition was Senator Tony Veroni. He was just sworn into the Senate. And if you haven't had a chance yet, please go back and watch his speech, because his speech gives life to Italea. It gives life to the journey And I think about the journey of his family, which is where my wife's family is from, near Casino, a small town. My mother-in-law is from Sanderia, Fiumirapido. But he talks about how Canadian soldiers went to that town and helped to rebuild it, and helped save his family. That's the vision of Italea. My family, which came to this country at the end of World War I, Pier 21, it came full circle for me when I was Minister of Immigration and swore in new members of the Italian-Canadian family here and new members of the Canadian family. That's the vision of Italea. And each and every one of you, whether you are in media, like Aldo Di Felice, or like the Lombardi family, or whether you are in business or you're developing, or whether you are in culture or in art, like my friend Cristiano at the ICFF, you are all part of the Canadian-Italian tapestry. It is an honor to be able to represent you in government. So give it up for every single one of the community you serve. Okay, now the hard part. I practiced this a little bit, so don't grade me too hard. This is about Italea. It's an homage to my good friend, the Consul General, and to the embassy team for creating this project. Il turismo delle radici rivesti un'importanza fondamentale nel mantenere vive le nostre tradizioni e identità culturale, coltivare relazioni proficue tra l'Italia e il Canada non solo promuove lo scambio culturale e economico, ma rafforza anche i legami storici e sociali tra le nostre nazioni. E attraverso queste connessioni che possiamo preservare e valorizzare l'italianità nel mondo, mantenendo viva la ricca eredità culturale che ci caratterizza. Auguri a tutti, grazie.
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Francesco Servana, MP Ottawa. It's really nice to be here. First to David, we ran into each other at the hotel in Ottawa. Thank you for being ambassador of the community, not only here in Canada, but really across the world. You're fantastic. You keep promoting our culture and our heritage. To Lenny and Ali from Chin, we had a fabulous day yesterday with the Deputy Prime Minister on College Street. It was #1 to eat pizza together, and I think the Pizzaiola gentleman is here tonight, so a big shout out to him. I will be very quick. We've had some great speeches from MP Rhoda, Honorable MP Rhoda, and Honorable Mendocino. I want to say three things, but very quickly. First thing, as the MP up in the city of Vaughan, my #1 request from the citizens of Vaughan is not about their pension, not about health care, none of those things. My #1 request for my Italian friends here, shh, for my Italian friends, per i nostri concittadini dell'Italia che sono venuti qui per questo paio di giorni. The #1 request I have, and the Consul knows this, are Italian Canadians who were born in Italy or their kids, seconda o terza generazione, che vogliono la cittadinanza italiana. The interest I have seen in the last 2 years is off the charts. Every Italian Canadian, you gotta think there's 1 million Italian Canadians solamente nella nostra provincia di Ontario, and they want to get their citizenship. I know it's an Italian thing, but it represents the desire for us, the journey of our roots. That sign there, Italia. Myself, I'm very fortunate. I'm an Italian citizen. My 3 girls are Italian citizens. We're working on my wife now. She'll be an Italian citizen. Abbiamo la casa in Italia. We still have olive trees and orange trees in Italy, actually, in Calabria. So I spend every summer of my life there, and I love it. Io amo l'Italia con tutto il mio cuore. For the people here, my last story is very simple. It represents who Italian people are, not just in Canada, but across the world. The other night, Marco and I were at the U.S. Embassy to see a send-off for an Italian-American individual, the #3, the #3 at the U.S. Embassy, Greg D'Elia. I do a good job on that one. And the Australian High Commissioner was there, or Deputy High Commissioner was there. And we started talking, and she says, Francesco, what's your heritage? And I said, I'm Italian-Canadian. And without hesitation, she says to me, the Italian immigrants in Australia, much like in Canada, built Australia. That touched me because mio papà non è venuto direttamente qui in Canada. Lui ha preso una barca, ship, e lasciato Napoli per 30 giorni per arrivare a Melbourne. And he lived there for 5 years before they did this famous thing, I think the pronunciation is, to come to Canada to marry my mom. So Italians, for decades, have built the world, not just Toronto. And we need to be proud of that. The thing we need to do now is we need to continue to stringere le legami tra Canada and Italia. And I see it every day, because I represent the most Italian riding in all of Canada. Over 50% of my riding sono italo-canadese e sono veramente orgogliosi di essere italo-canadese. Basta. So, buona serata a tutti, buon proseguimento, and to our Italian friends, buon rientro. Io vengo a Roma fra 2 settimane e dopo mi trovo in Calabria per le bagne a luglio-agosto.
Thank you, Francesco. Ivani in Calabria.
That's what you say. That's what you say.
Sì, sì. Vengo anch'io, Next, I'd like to invite to say a few words, Rudy Pozzetto, MPP, Ontario.
Buonasera a tutti quanti qui. What an honor it is for me to be here today, for being the first ever elected Italian of Italian origin in Mississauga provincially. That was an honor for me in 2018. Italians have been coming to Canada since 1497 under, at the time, his name was John Cabot, and we all know what his real name was, Giovanni Capalto. I was the first Italian that landed in Canada. Unbelievable, almost 550 years ago. Italians have built this province. And, you know, Rhoda was talking about Petravita. I have a lot of friends from Petravita because my background is Cosentino. And the funny thing is, provincially, we have 8 MPPs of Italian origin. But not only that, 3 come from Grimaldi, Malito, and I forget the other town. So 3 towns next door to each other that have a population of about 2,500 people have 3 MPPs here in Ontario representing the Italian community. And that would be Ross Romano and Paul Calandra and myself. And, you know, I always say, you have to, and the problem is with a lot of Italians of our age or younger, we lose our language because we're always speaking English. If you hold on to your language, you hold on to your culture much better. And I recommend all of us to try to speak Italian, even our dialect, in our homes, to help our children hold on to that Italian culture, because that's so important. I was in Italy just before COVID. Michael Timo and myself were in Cosenza, and we signed a friendship pact between Cosenza and Toronto. In Cosenza, and it was an honor for me to be there representing the Italian community in Ontario, in Italy. And, you know, it's touching. And I always say, the first generation of Italians built this country. The second generation owns those buildings. And that is true with a lot of Italians in this room here tonight. And we know who they are because they're standing in the back where I see them. But, like, we have to keep our culture alive. If you see other cultural groups, like I go to a lot of events, a lot of the MPs and MPPs, we all go to events, and we see how tight they hold on to that culture. Now I know they haven't been here since the First World War, the Second World War, they've only been here since the 80s or later, but we gotta still hold on to our culture, and I find that very important, like events here like tonight. And the other night, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do Italian Heritage Month in Mississauga Lakeshore. When I first did it, when I was getting the invitations out, I figured we'd get 100 people. We ended up with 600 people at that event. It was a free event. And it was every cultural group there. And the Consul General of Macedonia, the Consul General of Hungary there too. And they were amazed at what we did in Mississauga. We can do that all through Ontario. So I congratulate you all for being here today. Hold on to our culture and let's keep our culture alive everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I promise we're gonna start rocking and rolling now. We got all the politicians out of the way. Was I allowed to say that? Yeah, I just did. Okay, so now we're gonna get to some of the artists here. Next, I'd like to bring to the stage to say a few words, President of Chin Radio, Lenny Lombardi.
Hi everybody, thank you David. I'm Lenny Lombardi, Tube Radio President, and of course I took over from my dad, who founded Chin Radio in 1966. And around that same time he invented a thing called the Chin Picnic. And in a way, what that expression was an expression of celebrating our Italian heritage, our roots. And we were born and raised in the College Street area, which is now affectionately known as Little Italy. And we developed a major festival there called the Taste of Little Italy. And I then moved the Chin Picnic to that event. And when our wonderful Consul General, Luca Zavioli, reached out to me along with Giovanni Di Vita and explained to me the concept of Italea, I couldn't have been more overjoyed. This was what I felt a perfect fit for our event, and it has proven to be a wonderful, wonderful success. And in many ways, our celebration on College Street, which was the home of almost, I would say, 100% of the Italian immigration, the early Italian immigration to Toronto in the late 50s and early 60s, all settled in that area. And College Street, which we call Little Italy, really became the focal point. A community where new immigrants felt that they had arrived at a new home. And so every year we celebrate this, and over 30 years now we've been doing the festival. It is, in fact, a journey to your roots. So many of the Italian families moved out of College Street and moved north to wonderful cities like Vaughan and Woodbridge, but their hearts still remained on College Street. And I can't tell you how many people would approach me during the festival and tell me their address, where they grew up at, on Beatrice or Montrose or Grace or Clinton. And you could see the light in people's eyes when they recounted those wonderful days and those moments and how they felt emotionally being in that surrounding. And Italea and a journey to your roots is just that. It's a journey back to your heritage, to your roots. And so when they approached me, I thought this was a wonderful opportunity to rekindle this awareness and to celebrate it. And it was a great honor that Giovanni, you brought a great team with you, and the regions that were represented to the Taste of Little Italy, and that Chin Radio is so proud to be a part of it. And if you haven't had a chance to visit this year, it will continue on, just like Italia, a journey to your roots. If you can't get to Italy, you can find it right here on College Street. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this wonderful. Thank you.
Okay guys, good news. We only have a couple more speakers and then si mangia. Ragazzi, tutta la pasta. It's a 10-minute warning, no? Possiamo dire? Tra 10 minuti si mangia. And they get louder. Next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Cristiano Di Florentis, ICFF co-founder, producer, all-around great guy.
And a friend of David, many years ago, Jordan taking the bar, and we never left bar. So, no, I like to stay here. We stay together. Because we are the artists, no? The organization are there. So, I wish you something because today is Father's Day, and I received today a gift from my daughter, but it's not a regular gift because I have to pay for that gift. Very strange. So, yesterday I was at college, and she called me and said, Papa, I'm here at college, and I was surprised. Usually she doesn't come to college. She's just graduated. And she's 18 years old. She was born here.
she speaks Italian, okay, but she surprised me because first of all she was part of this festivity. And she's a kid. She felt really Italian. But the gift was this. Today I received a text message saying, Papa, I convinced my two friends to go to Italy. And I decided already the hotel. And so please give me the credit card because this is your gift. So I went back to the roots and you have to pay for it. And actually, for the first time that I gave the credit card, I was happy about this. I was very happy that we have this credit card. Because for me, actually, by the way, the two friends, one is Lori and one is Mira. They are not Italian Canadians. So she will bring two Canadians to discover Italy. And so again, another gift for us. So what I can say is that the most important thing that the second and third generations, they are the ones that have to learn how to be Italian. Of course they are Italo-Canadian, but if they don't have experiences there, if they don't live there a little bit, if they don't create friendships there, if they don't visit the cousins or the relatives, they will miss a lot. So I think that this is important. This program here is going to help also them to discover Italy and become more Italian. And so thanks of course to the Consigliere De Vita who involved ICFF in this project, to the Consul General Luca Zedioli. He's doing an amazing job, and applause to the Consul General for everything that he's doing for the community.
Give me the credit card to go to Italy.
So we go together. And we will start the film festival June 27th with a lot of movies. I feel that the movies are the first step to go and travel. With the movies you watch Italy, the Italy of today, guardi l'Italia di oggi, ti innamori dell'Italia, ti viene voglia di partire, ti viene voglia di prendere quel volo dell'Italia, dell'Ita che adesso abbiamo con i diretti e raggiungere il nostro paese. Quindi buon film festival, annunceremo ovviamente le star più avanti, non è il momento giusto, ma tante sorprese, anzi una star la dico, ci sarà Rocco Papaleo. Rocco Papaleo is a great director, a great actor from Basilicata, and we will program Basilicata Coast to Coast. It's a travel in the little town, little villages of Basilicata. It's exactly what I feel that this program was to have for us for this evening. So thank you so much, David. Always a pleasure. We'll see you at the bar.
Absolutely. Also, last it's a Manticatura, Parmigiano, we're close. Okay, we're close, so we're off to our second last guest to speak. L'assessore al turismo della regione Molise, Salvatore Mugoni. Salvatore? Okay, we will skip. Next, Mr. Paolo Giuntarelli, Direttore Generale del Turismo della Regione Lazio.
Thank you very much. I have no one speech. So only if you want to thank all the people that work to organize this beautiful event. It has been very important for the region Lazio to be here, to meet a lot of people, to know the Italo-Canadian community that is amazing people. I think that for me the most important thing has been to meet the Lazio Federation of Ontario, Maria Pia, Sabrina, Tony, Attilio, amazing men and women that works with passion. We talk with them to build opportunity to let the young people to study in Italy. For instance, Giovanni De Vita knows better than me. We have the European Social Fund that let the young people to study in Italy. We can
we can meet a lot of opportunity each other. I think that is very, very important. I want to offer you the greetings of the President of Region Lazio, Francesco Rocca, that is very pleased to take this opportunity. I think that after this event, this meeting, we will create again a direction in Region Lazio for to study, to create opportunity with the Lazial community all over the world. Thank you very much for your hospitality. It is amazing structure, amazing. Casa Loma is beautiful, it's amazing. For us, it's been an honor and a pleasure. We wait you in Lazio, that is not only Rome, but we have more other things to show you. Thank you very much.
From the Regione Molise, Salvatore.
Grazie e buonasera a tutti. Ci tengo a ringraziare il console d'Italia in Toronto per l'invito in questa meravigliosa sede, in questo bellissimo scenario di Toronto. Allora, noi abbiamo aderito con piacere al progetto Italea e ringrazio di questo il Ministero con il consigliere di vita, tutti i suoi dirigenti, tutti i funzionari presenti, perché hanno voluto con questo progetto insieme alle mie regioni far sentire il calore, la vicinanza ai tanti italiani presenti all'estero. Noi in questi 3 giorni passati a Toronto abbiamo nel contempo ricevuto davvero da parte loro un'accoglienza come ci aspettavamo incredibile. Nel nostro stand c'è stata tanta presenza di tanti molisani che si sono avvicinati e ci hanno trasmesso la loro grande emozione di vederci qui presenti. Quindi ci auguriamo che nel prossimo futuro ci saranno altri eventi, altre manifestazioni come queste, perché noi dobbiamo sicuramente trasmettere una vetrina importante che è quella dell'Italia e delle nostre regioni, ma dobbiamo cercare di creare quelle motivazioni e quella curiosità giusta per far tornare gli italiani e per quanto ci riguarda i nostri molisani nella nostra terra. La nostra terra, il Molise, è una terra bellissima, è una delle 20 regioni d'Italia, una regione che offre tante bellezze. Noi qui a Toronto abbiamo voluto portare 3 caratteristiche importanti, quella della cultura, quella dell'enogastronomia e quella della promozione del turismo. Quindi davvero con piacere vi salutiamo questa sera, in questa bellissima serata e che dire, viva l'Italia, viva i molisani del mondo e viva il Molise. Grazie.
So this concludes the evening. Just to thank and acknowledge Senator Magna and Senator Veroni for coming this evening. So just before we si mangia and I say buon appetito and we say le preghiere and all the rest of it, I just want to say one thing and acknowledge the gentleman there. Just come to the stage. You don't have to say anything. A dear friend, this guy has been working on behalf of the town tourism. He's been that silent guy who just keeps working to promote Italy and helping, I guess, tourism here in Canada. So Salvatore, due parole.
So just 2 words. First of all, this marks the 3rd day of the Italea promotion in Canada. The journey starts now, it doesn't end now. You know, Edith has 27 offices around the world. The Canadian office will be fully supported with further campaign in the coming months and years. But we know that Edith in Brazil, Argentina, United States, Australia will support you. And I will basically say, I will tell them what we have here. That will be the best recommendation. You don't need that because you've been displaying an incredible organization skill. And I was very surprised. You know, Edith is part of the Ministry of Tourism, so we're cousins, so we're a little jealous of what you did. We did it together. We did it together. So thank you very much. I think it's been a fantastic cooperation. work with the Consulate General of Italy, the Italian Chamber of Commerce, the Italian Cultural Institute, the Trade Commission. It's a family of offices that work together all year round. So it's just natural for us to integrate our efforts. Thank you very much again.
Grazie Salvatore. So this concludes the evening. Thank you very much for your attention. Buon appetito and nice, si mangia. Right? I think that's important to us. Buonasera. Facciamo come i tedeschi alle 9:40, 9:40, not Italian time, German time, eh? We have a surprise, and after the surprise, we are going to have dessert. No, don't run away, you're fantastic. Oh, we need 2 hours.
frío se comprende, soy sofrido te
Kyle, put the mic on.
I need the mic, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite Mr. Luigi Vignali, our Director General from Council Road. We are ready for the surprise, and he will introduce the moment that we're going to spend in the room close to here in the game area.
Thank you very much. I invite you all to move to that room where we have an immersive video which tells the story of the Italian migration abroad. It starts from Italy. It's a powerful story of image and music, where thousand stars, meaning Italians in Italy, move from Italy and go elsewhere. And there they plant their roots. It's the Italea. Italea means replanting a root. When you cut the branch of a tree and you plant it into the soil and you have a new tree. So the stars, the light, goes away from Italy, roots are replanted elsewhere, and they flourish. And this is a story of Italian migration, but at a given time, all the lights, all the stars go back to Italy. And this is the most moving time, and this is what we hope with the Italea project. All the Italians going back to Italy to reconnect with the roots. So, let's move to the other room.
Watch your step.
qua. Ma lo sai che succede? No, ci ho fatto quelle qua per la sorpresa. Ah, qua è la sorpresa. I think I met
Oh, scusi. The Cianfrani family. This is the Lazio, the great Lazio supporter. Okay, dopo Lucia we will trying to get everybody in the camp. Cara, me l'ha fatto mettere per un month. You gotta tell me. You gotta tell me, rapper. Everybody knows that.
Vorrei ringraziare tutti quanti qui per venire stasera, noi siamo il Castle Symphony Orchestra, un grande applauso per favore, grazie. Siete dietro a mangiare, benissimo. E questo favoloso tenore Rocco Rupolo, vieni Rocco, dai. Anzi abbiamo anche due altri cantanti, sono già qui o sono partiti? Sono partiti. Allora grazie a tutti voi, buona serata e vi date molto safe. Grazie e buonanotte, ci vediamo ancora, ciao ciao!